Hello, my friends. How we doing this morning? Today's weather, I'm not gonna lie, this weekend has been a freezing cold situation. And when I say freezing cold, I mean temperatures below have dropped right where you never thought they would be, and the next thing you know, we are getting the freezing cold coming to us like crazy. So I was supposed to go somewhere today, but I did not want to go out in the freezing cold. I mean, yesterday I was out doing a few things, but I didn't want to be out there all day. So I rather stay inside, stay warm, and if I ever do somehow go out thinking that something has changed, just in the mile of a moment, I'll see how the weather is with the temperature being. So for now, just wanted to stay warm. In the meantime, I figure I'd make another art masterpieces video. The last one I did was number 32, and I did on TV. I did my paintings on TV news stations like I want to say WTNH, WFSB, the BBC World News, and of course NBC Connecticut News. So yeah. So if you're wondering what I've been up to lately with my artwork, I have been working on I've been working on something that relates to art very much, and it's got my artwork pretty much somewhere as I know it. So that would be no other than collage artwork. You know, where you print out pictures from the printer, and the next thing you know, you cut them out and then put them on a painting after doing the background with whatever color you choose to put on the canvas. So that is what I've been doing lately. And to tell the truth, I have been busy doing that, especially on canvases, whether they're like big canvases or they're like small type canvases or small flat canvases. So I've been doing mostly on that lately, and it's been a wonderful thing to do, like collage artwork as we know it. So for this morning, I have my artworks with me, and I want to show you a couple that I've done. I mean, I won't show you all, but I will show like half as I pull them out throughout this video. So yeah. So let me see. Let me get them out right now. I'll get out a couple. So bear with me. Bear with me for a second. All right. So I pulled out the first two, and I did them on normal sized canvases. So prepare as I show the first one. The next one I'm going to show you, I did this on the autism program that I love going to every Sunday when they have like monthly programs they do for children, teens, and young adults, going by age range. So yeah, and this was the first thing I worked on because they mattered to me very much, and I love going to see them all the time. There's a reason I call that autism program my safe haven because I've really made a difference in this world, especially when it comes to like autism not being a dangerous aspect that everyone sees as, not being a dangerous special need that everyone always assumes as. I see it as a special needs that can really make a change in this world, a difference that no one can ever ignore as ever. And I've also given something to the autism community, a voice it did not have when autism was first heard about as it came along. So here's what I got right here, right now. I am going to show you my collage of Autism Families Connecticut. And what you're about to see really came out good. So here we go. I'm sorry about the light in this room. So I apologize. And plus, the sun is outside. So I apologize at this moment. So get ready as I show this to you in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, let me see if I can hold this closer. Here we go. I'm sorry, excuse my language. I'm sorry about this. There you go. There we go now. You can see why I wrote on it saying I made a difference in this world, and that tradition continues on. Like I say, that tradition continues on, and a safe haven like this, my safe haven as ever. And you can see my name down. You can see my name down there, and the day I created this collage. So yeah, you have me on the right, holding my autism awareness flag. This one was taken last year during April of World Autism Month. And on the left, we have the two ladies that are joined by WFSB fellow Nicole Nalepa, Leah Moon, and Miss Jackie Bailey Prosick. So yeah, and underneath yeah, besties, a mother and daughter besties, as you know it, and besties with Nicole Nalepa, as I could tell. Sorry, I'm trying to clear my throat here. And underneath it, we have the super besties, who are Tiz Weber and Miss Leah Moon, who I call Super Moon as we know it. So yeah. I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves. Then after this one, I'm moving on to my next collage that I worked on. I would do this at where my window is, but the sun is too much to deal with, as we all know. And plus, if I did it in the light while the sun is out, it would have been a real problem. I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves. Get this closer. It's good. Sorry, just trying to get this closer so you guys can see for yourselves. Okay. Now comes the next collage I did. I did the next one on one of my favorite wrestlers. I remember when he came back to where he first started his wrestling gig, which was in the WWE. He came back in the summer of 2006, and this was like the night after SummerSlam 2006. Raw was in Bridgeport, Connecticut, and if I remember correctly, Edge was talking about how he was done dealing with John Cena and he would never have to deal with him again. And he wanted all newcomers to come in and step up to see if they could defeat him for what was in Edge's hand at the time, the WWE title. And then out of nowhere came a returning fellow that everyone knew very much, and that returning fellow was the charismatic Enigma. Well, yeah, you know who I mean. Was a charismatic Enigma who had not been seen since the last time he had a run in the WWE. So that's right. Yeah, this lad came back. He stepped up to Edge, and the next thing you know, in his first return match to the WWE, he took on Edge before John Cena came out and came after the WWE champ, or should I say the Radar Superstar. So yeah. So my collage is on this lad that you all know very much. He was also a tag team specialist along with his brother Matt. They've competed in many multiple ladder matches, whether it involved tables and chairs, but mostly ladders as we know it. And you know him for scoring titles like the Intercontinental title and the WWE title, even the World Heavyweight title. Say hello to my collage. Say hello to my next collage that I have on. This one is on the lad that I can relate to very much. He's a very creative lad. He's also artistic, a poet, and as I wrote at the end of my collage saying, enigmatic. Say hello to the charismatic Enigma. The collage on the charismatic Enigma, Jeff Hardy. Here we go. Right here. Let me hold this up. Gotcha. I'm gonna hold this up so you all can see for I'm holding this up so you all can see for yourselves. Underneath the middle picture, you have the one saying "Long live the Enigma," thinking Jeff Hardy would say that. Well, it's Jeff Hardy as you know it. And then there's me underneath this one. When it comes to art, be creative, imaginative, even, I want to say, I mean, think of what you could add in. Yeah, just be creative and imaginative, like I always am as ever. That's why creativity runs through my veins. The first time I saw Jeff when he came back to WWE, I I really loved the dude because I took a very huge liking to him. What was so phenomenal about him was his painting, his artistic skills, his creativity, even the risk takings he always did throughout his matches. So that was like what got me drawn to him so much as ever. I've known he's had some troubles and problems in the past, but he's always managed to clean them up and come back, even though it's always been an on and off situation. I still forgot about the time when he had an incident in Florida that led to his driver. Well, I won't talk about that because that's very personal. So let's not add that in. A few minutes, I'm gonna show you some more, and then, like I said, I'll show you half, and then after this, that will be it for today's art masterpieces video. Yes. All right. All right. Sorry. I'm gonna show you some more that I have in the bag, and these are on small flat canvases. So hold on a sec. All right, so I have a couple. I have some right here that I pulled out from my art bag that I got from TJ Maxx. I want to say last year. Yeah, last year. So yeah. All right. The next one I'm going to show you that I did is on someone that we all know very much. I mean, you all can't get enough of him. You see him everywhere you go in TV, films, commercials, all that made him a Hollywood star. I mean, first there was the wrestling family business, heading into the WWE, and then going from WWE to being a famous Hollywood star, performing in films, TV shows, and all types of shows and films you see him in, even in series. So you can't get enough of this dude. And plus, when he came back to WWE, I remember a couple years ago, that really just made everyone wonder, where's he been all this time? And you all know the answer. He's been in Hollywood making a lot of films and television shows that keep on going and going and going. Now, I remember we celebrated 25 years of this dude. I believe it was, I want to say last year, but it might have been 2022. Yeah, I want to say 2022. Yeah. We celebrated this dude back in 2022 because it was 25 years of him. So yeah, sorry. Yeah, so get ready as I show you my next painting on the lad that everyone loves seeing all the time. They love him for his enthusiasm, his entertainment, his charismatic character, characteristic personality. So his characteristic personality tells everything. So get ready as I show you the next collage I have done on. This one is on the lad that you all know of, and as I say, his catchphrase going like this: "Jabroni." Well, actually, yeah, jabroni. When I first heard that word, I didn't know what it really meant until I looked it up, knowing how come he says it all the time. The word jabroni in the dictionary language means foolish, respectable person, knowing that it either means fool, idiot, or dumb, dummy. So yeah. So get ready as I show you this painting on this lad who you all know. Karen! Oh, wait, where am I saying? Let me try this again. I'm gonna do this catchphrase, and you all know this one. Can you smell what the you know who is cooking? That's right. Say hello to my collage on The Rock. And you can see right here, I put everything on this as you know it. The hearts really tell how much everyone loves The Rock very much. Oh, yeah. And right underneath him, you know what it says. Can you smell what The Rock is cooking? Up on the top, you got The Rock saying, even though I came up with this one, The Rock says, shut your mouth. And on the right, you got him saying, you got his nickname, the People's Champ. I wish on the left I had added like more nicknames like the Great One or the Brahma Bull. But I feel like the People's Champ is something they all can all resonate with because it's The Rock after all. He's a famous lad. He went into the wrestling world, and then after leaving the wrestling world, went to Hollywood, and then came back every time they hear his name or even mention his name of what he's doing these days. So yeah, The Rock, he's golden. I mean, he's really golden. If you look at him, he's like someone that's made out of solid gold you can never get enough of. And you start to wonder, how are you made out of solid gold? And if Rock had to answer this, he'd be like, I'm the Rock. Whatever I do, whatever I say, whatever I touch becomes golden. And it's always been that way with The Rock. I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves. Yeah, I'm going to hold this up so you guys can see for yourselves. You guys know what you're seeing right in front of you. Yeah, still holding it up so you guys can see for yourselves. All right. Wait, I'll hold it up a few more seconds, and then after this, I move on to my next collage of another WWE fellow superstar. All right, there you have it. There you go. Just checking something out. There you go. That was the paint. That was the collage I did on the Great One, The Rock. So get ready for the next fellow. I'm going to introduce you as part of my collage um, artwork. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, here we go. Now, my next one is on a female WWE superstar. You all know her very much. You all know this woman very much. NXT, if we go back, I remember how it was just getting its feet wet of being a global brand related to WWE. And introduced not only a couple of new generation of superstars, but also introduced this woman who came from the same country that Sheamus is from, Dublin, Ireland. And when she came to NXT, she was really trying to find her place, find her niche, or should I say, find her character. And she kept growing and growing and growing. And then came a new character that really got her noticed straight to the top, even having her reach WrestleMania as she won 2 belts in the first ever women's main event of WrestleMania 35. And she's been known by this nickname so much that you can't get enough of it. She's like a badass to everybody, including to me, because how she's got, I feel like the grit, the determination, and the drive to keep going where she wants to be. So, my friends, plus it's the same woman that who somehow took on Nia Jax at day one earlier this year. Yeah, and got defeated by her. Even though I did not want to mention that, I also wanted to mention that this is the same woman who had her nose broken by Nia Jax after a single punch deliberately caused her to miss 2018 Survivor Series. But don't worry, she keeps going, and you know her as ever. She always has that drive that never fades as it keeps her going to get where she wants to be. So, my friends, say hello to the collage I did on. Get ready as I say this. This collage was done on the man, Becky Lynch. That's right, the man, Becky Lynch. One of my favorites. Get ready as I show you the collage of her, and I got a feeling you're gonna love this one. In five, four, three, two, one. Oh yeah, right here. I put at the top saying the man, or underneath her, I once did this in a drawing calling her badass Becky. Because she is a badass. And it's Becky Lynch, aka the man. Yeah, the man has done a lot of wonderful things throughout her career. I mean, she's a Grand Slam champion, a former NXT Women's Champion, a former Raw Women's Champion, SmackDown Women's Champion. She's done it all throughout her career. Having to get to where she is and having to main event a match at WrestleMania. So that's a memory you can't erase, not even deny and ignore. At the top, you got the man, her nickname, or Badass Becky, whatever you want to call her. And then underneath the picture, I put down saying the man is on a mission for a fight. And Becky Lynch, aka the man, does love a good fight. Reminds me of Finley, who used to have this interesting saying, "My name is Finley, and I love to fight." And Finley, even though he cheated at every option he would find, he always did know how to fight, playing a game called Ground and Pound, looking for physicality to kick in the door. The man was always ready for a fight, no matter who she went against. And if she ever finds herself going against Nia again, I'd like to see her return the favor by defeating Nia Jax, who somehow has been an unstoppable role lately since coming back late last year and in a new physical form. So the rest tells everything. So yeah. But this is the man right here. The man, Becky Lynch. A never give up, never say die, and a keep on going attitude individual. Plus, I have her hat that says the man on it. So yeah. And if the man is watching this, this is for you because I love watching you every night, whether I'm watching Raw or SmackDown, or even sometimes on NXT, or even mostly on NXT. So yeah, I'm gonna hold this up so you all can see for yourselves. And then I got one more, and then I will definitely wrap things up. Okay, there you have it, my friends. That one, that collage was done on the man, Becky Lynch. Now to the last one. My last collage. All right, the last collage I'm about to show you is definitely done on another wrestler, but this wrestler happens to be a hardcore wrestler. Back then, you all remember a famous wrestling landscape that was like, as someone once said, purgatory. It was known for being extreme, crazy, and directly chaotic. It had a lot of insane matches you never saw coming, even if you know those insane matches will get somewhere in life. Even help a career of a superstar that was trying to get his feet wet in this wrestling landscape. The wrestling landscape that he was part of was created by you all know who, Mr. My name is, and we all know this, Paul Heyman. And let's be honest, if it wasn't for him, seeing how he did create this company, that company would not be where it was before times had continued on. But it had a lot of great wrestlers that wanted to get themselves comfortable in hardcore wars and battles, even in hardcore encounters. And you had these lads, you had hardcore lads like Sandman, Sabu, Rob Van Dam, who else? Even Mr. Submission himself, Taz. But there was another lad that everyone remembers very much, and he was always part of the hardcore tribe. My next collage I'm about to show you was definitely done on a lad who was part of this tribe called ECW. And if you don't know what that meant, allow me to tell you what ECW stood for. Back then, when it first came around, ECW stood for Eastern Championship Wrestling. Then, if you were the franchise Shane Douglas, you had a better idea of how to switch up the name of ECW. You change it from Eastern to Extreme Championship Wrestling. And Extreme meant whatever matches you had in store, you know they were bound to happen in ways that will get everyone's money's in any way that will get people's money's worth and fans' money's worth as they all know it. And this landscape, there was a reason why someone once said it was purgatory because, to tell you the truth, it was crazy, chaotic, and directly purgatory. But it got a lot of people's attention. It had events that was taking place throughout mostly the United States or even out of the globe. I would say mostly out of the globe, but mostly throughout the United States. It was mostly throughout the United States. Whether you were in Chicago, New Jersey, Connecticut, Boston, or even New York, or the one place where it really got started in Philadelphia, known to be in a warehouse that took place in South Philly. So to tell you the truth, this landscape really got everyone's attention, and it had one of the hardcore natives that came around that was there at that time. So get ready as I show you my next collage on. This one was done on a lad who has held the ECW World title before. And I remember when he wanted to hold it for the second time, there were obstacles that were in his way. He almost quit until he got back into the picture where he finally caught it for the second time. And to tell you the truth, he was always I feel like he was the heart and soul of ECW because he knew what it was all about, going against everyone. So to tell you the truth, he was always part of he was also the reason ECW always kept going. When you had Extreme Rules matches or did anything to bring the fight to someone that you had a rivalry with or you were feuding against. So get ready as I show you my next collage is on. My This collage was done on an ECW native. He's a hardcore endurer, and I tell you by the name of this lad. This collage was done on ECW native Mr. Tommy Dreamer. The same Tommy Dreamer you see on TNA Impact Wrestling, who held the digital media title and has been there to make sure that TNA Wrestling stays where it's at. So get ready as I show you this one on ECW fellow Tommy Dreamer. In 3, 2, 1. Here we go. Right here. Hardcore Forever. ECW. Tommy Dreamer, an ECW native. And if you can see right here, I put the X right here, you know where you're riding on something to stand for where you're coming from. I put Dreamer's initials up here, going horizontal, and then going vertical are the words NH stands for Hardcore Native, because he really was a hardcore native. He was born in Yonkers, New York, and when he first saw ECW, this is how he really got his start. Here you have it, ECW fellow Tommy Dreamer. And I put the big heart right here because he really meant to ECW so much, and everyone meant so much to him as ever. And if Mr. Tommy Dreamer is seeing this, I dedicate this to him because he's one of my favorite hardcore lads you can never get enough of. I listen to his theme song every time I think of him and what he's done throughout his wrestling career. So I'm holding this up so all y'all can see this. And then when this is over, I will wrap this up. Let you know, yeah. And another thing, my best friend had ECW on DVD where I would watch matches of historical Extreme Rules matches that have happened throughout ECW. I believe I was watching the one with Tommy Dreamer taking on Brian Lee in a match where they were on top of scaffolds, and the next thing you know, Dreamer won after sending Brian Lee off the scaffolds. So I pretty much remember that. Then there was him and Sandman taking on the Dudley Boys at an ECW One Night Stand event that took place in 2005. Then the Dudley Boys came back to their roots, taking on Sandman and Dreamer. Next thing you know, I watched the Dudleys put Dreamer through a flaming table, not to mention how much Tommy had to endure that throughout the match. And his wife, Billy McGillicuddy, was always with him throughout his wars against whoever he went against. So that was Tommy. And I remember she was part of a match with him and Terry Funk taking on Edge, Mick Foley, and Lita in a six mix hardcore showdown. So yeah, I remember that. Let me load this up so y'all can still see this. Then after this, I'm gonna wrap this up. All right, I'm gonna wrap this up right now. So here we go. All right, here we go. Okay, my friends, there you have it. That was half of the collage artworks I have worked on throughout this weekend. Not only was I doing that, doing schoolwork, but mostly I wanted to work on these to do something to continue on with my artwork as of art keeping me going. So yeah. So I hope you guys enjoyed my masterpiece video. This was number 33. The last one I did was number 32. So 33 today just happened sorry, as I made this video right in front of you. I hope you all enjoy this. If you ever want to watch this, you're more than welcome to. Just keep yourself busy or entertained while you're inside the house trying to stay warm. Not to mention, sorry. Yeah, it's freezing cold out there, so you know how this is going to be. So if you ever want to watch something to keep yourself entertained or just to keep yourself busy or something you want to keep yourself calm and relaxed, feel free to watch this. I mean, this was a fun thing to do. And I have another art masterpieces video that will be coming up. There'll be more collage work I've also done on. Number 34 will be in the works, so keep your eyes out keep your eyes out for that. Other than that, I just want to say thank you for your time. I hope you all enjoyed this. This was a very wonderful thing to do. I haven't made my videos like these since the last one I did, so and I just want to say thank you. Thank you for your time. All right. Please stay warm. If you're planning to go out, please bundle up very carefully. I mean, seriously. If you go out, whatever you're wearing, like, say you're wearing something you believe is going to protect you from the cold, but you're going to get even more sick, like a lighter jacket or shorts or sneakers. So it's best to bundle up more likely and carefully to stay warm so you don't get sick or catch a cold. Please remember that as ever. But other than that, I want to say thank you for your time. I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your Sunday, and I will see you the next time I make another art masterpieces video. Number 34, like I said, will be in the works. So please take care. Remember to watch 33 if you ever want to watch it again. But like I said, take care. Thank you for your time, and enjoy the rest of your Sunday.